I think the most important transition that needs to happen is the transition from outsourcing destination to a set of product companies. And I believe for obvious reasons, this will unlock far more our potential and leverage the potential that we have. And I think that down the road, if we employ and create more products, I think this will help all the other industries in Bulgaria, because technology can be the backbone of all other industries. They can have a lot of different competitive advantages that they don't have today using that technologies. What is needed to get there and how we help? The most important thing for that transition is significantly improving the understanding for innovation, the understanding of product management, the understanding of product marketing. And we, as part of the ecosystem, and as one of the biggest product development companies in Bulgaria, I think that we are positioned to experiment and advance a lot of the knowledge in those fields. And we are ready to share it. We are ready to collaborate with each and every company here, because at the end of the day, we are not competitors and we can do better together.
These times right now requires building better and stronger partnership between the stakeholders in the ecosystem. And it's a great time to continue positioning Bulgaria on the world map as a country that can deliver high quality, innovative products. It's the best time to also to become more attractive for entrepreneurs all around the world. And I think, well, it's maybe too early, but we've discussed this before on different forums. I'm a strong believer that the first Bulgarian unicorn is on the way. Probably not this year, not next year, but in the next 5 years, there's a great opportunity that you will have a Bulgarian unicorn. And I think the essence of the local ecosystem is that we need to partner to each other, work together, and we have a lot of smart people. We've learned a lot last 20 years how to do high quality software. So the seeds are there. Now we shall start bearing the fruits.
When I dream of the future of Bulgaria, I envision in 10 years a world-class technology hub leading the region in innovation, entrepreneurship, and social sustainability. At Bulgaria Innovation Hub, we support the entrepreneurs, the dreamers and doers who dare to dream big, innovate, inspire, and drive positive change in their communities. Thank you, and stay inspired, my friends.
Occasionally, what is not taught at universities is the push to innovate. I mean, a part of our education system is basically be careful to study what you're taught to do and kind of give it back. And it's not the way to innovate products, right? I mean, you need to be more of, in Israel, there's a wonderful word about it. It's called huspa, right? I mean, when you are so passionate about what you want to create that you basically disengage from all the boundaries and you start creating it. And you start, inflaming more people and pushing it. So it's a combination of an educational system. We need to be able to get more entrepreneurs, more product guys, kind of inject them back to the educational system, and also just believe in ourselves, right? And we have enough capacity to do that as country right now.
An entrepreneur is someone who is risk taker. So this is a kind of a special breed of people. I think it doesn't matter what's the reality right now. The entrepreneur is someone who is like, going out there, hustling, talking to people, making mistakes, not being afraid, to promise something that is not there yet. And it's just another set of variables right now that we're dealing with, but the skills are exactly the same. So this exploration that the founder needs to do in the very early days of starting a business, the mindset and the approach is exactly the same. So I think we all know this mantra, like, don't be afraid to make mistakes, or like, don't point fingers at people who failed the company or bankrupted or owe money to other people. This is actually a positive thing. This is a learning lesson that if we were kind of a society that would kind of understand values out of this and be more supportive, I would think this would encourage more people to feel more comfortable to take these steps. And we need this entrepreneurial mindset, because this is the kind of the spark that drives, you know, the whole humanity to solve our problems, to think of better ways to live.
In my opinion, crisis was always opportunity. This means that what we are working now on is really to think where the future areas will be, where we can have new opportunities, and where we can push in order to get out stronger out of the crisis than it was before. However, it is challenging. I mean, it is challenging, and we have to see how to formulate this opportunity and how to push for this opportunity, because in many areas, like the communication, collaboration, workspace, office management, all these things, we are facing completely new environment. And now we have to check how to deal with this new environment towards all the use cases, which luckily are part of our portfolio. And this could be one of the opportunities that we have, for example, because we have a strong collaboration business, which was started to grow now in the crisis much more than before. And all these things we have to face now, and we are working really day and night on that to find what is our strategy and what are the next activities and the concrete tasks that we have to perform in order to get the crisis opportunity.
Figure out what has changed in the market, and figure out where you have the biggest growth opportunity. My sole focus is on finding growth opportunities across the different verticals, because I think they're something that used to be like a small crack in the market. Now, due to the tectonic shifts, maybe a much bigger opportunity. And us as founders, we're always looking at the bigger opportunities, and sometimes we miss something smaller that has now become bigger.
What is very important right now, and pretty much we also discussed this with the business, now it is one of the most important things is to not to allow this current crisis to to destroy everything we have achieved in the last 6-8 years. Because in the last 6-8 years in Sofia, we had a very good economic development. We already have a full-grown startup ecosystem, like accelerators, incubators, 15 venture capital funds. We started repositioning our destination from pure outsourcing destination to destination where products and solutions with global applications are crafted and invented and developed. We started to be a destination that attracts R&D operation. So now our really common goal is to not allow all this to be really destroyed. So now we as a city, we are going to be very active to support the innovative ecosystem. For example, city to be an active market creator, to use local companies whenever possible, whenever we have local solutions.
Our focus will remain particularly on disruptive early stage technology enterprises, which typically face financing challenges, but also provide outstanding investment opportunities. In the Southeast European region, the VC market is maturing and showing potential to become one of the hot hubs for innovation in Europe. So innovative entrepreneurs across the region remain underfinanced and far from achieving their full market potential. So here we see a tremendous potential in the continued and further improvement cooperation between public and private players in the region, both at the national and regional level. And it will be crucial to effectively respond to evolving market demands.
My vision for Bulgaria is that it is an entrepreneurial place. Now that everything is going online, the borders and the distance of Bulgaria from some of the center of Europe and the rest of the world has become way diminished. With its great IT skills, it can connect companies from the rest of the world to innovation, entrepreneurship, and societal solutions. There are some great companies There are some great networks like Campus X, just to name one, where entrepreneurs can develop these new solutions. Bulgarian people are very resilient. They have a long history and they have a big future.
In 2030, Bulgaria will be a prestigious and attractive place for living, where free-minded and creative people will develop high-tech products with respect to nature, human, and traditions. I truly believe this. In order to achieve it, we need today to unite the energy of the talented and the creative. Those are digital entrepreneurs and scientists, the brave artists, and the people that are dedicated to restoring the lost ecological balance. In MoveBG, we are tracing the path for this future 7 years now. We are building an environment for validation of the models and solutions for success in the 21st century by inspiring and connecting the seekers and the innovators, the people who create our prosperous future today. Some of our programs dedicated to these missions are EDIT, Changemakers, and City Jungle. Join us.
You definitely need investment to scale social innovation, and it's great to see the startup. It's not even a sector, let's say a sphere, because it includes many sectors as a really active part of our business life. And what we would like to see, of course, is to have a similar thing, either a similar thing for a more socially oriented projects, or actually building these social elements in the startup sector itself. Because one approach would be, let's separate on one side business innovation and put on the other side social innovation and see how they figure it out separately. Another thing would be, let's see how we can infuse more this lively startup sector.
Our vision is simple, a European future of prosperity. The only question is how quickly that future will happen. For it to happen quicker, we need togetherness. Togetherness within ourselves, more tolerance for each other's differences, and togetherness with the rest of our European and worldwide families. And we also need diversity. Bulgaria has always been home to people from all across the world, and we need to remain welcoming to different people from anywhere and all walks of life to succeed here with the growth that awaits us.
And while we believe that this vision will come very soon, we also hope that the things that we love about Bulgaria will never change. The people, the nature, the abundance of opportunity. We chose this place over many others to live here because it's a paradise on earth. And we want to stay here and help the local community become more empathetic, more creative, more agile in the face of business as unusual. We love you, Bulgaria.
This was just a glimpse of the energy we witnessed and felt in the past few weeks. The faces you saw are all faces of people and ecosystem players who decided to look at the current situation as an opportunity.
In the last weeks, we have observed an unprecedented global pandemic, which had an effect on the ways we live, on the ways we work, the ways we conduct businesses, and the ways we are part of society. It is a crisis different from any other we have experienced before. But just like any other crisis before, there will be losers and there will be winners. And although, as of today, no one can really predict how this crisis will affect the world we once knew a few months ago, some things are sure. There is no going back to this old world. A new normal is on its way. And those who will manage to adapt to the new normal will be in the group of the winners. This is the basic rule of evolution. The digital transformation has accelerated to a speed faster than we have ever predicted, blurring the lines between the old and the new economy. How well we will manage to get back on track depends on our capacity to innovate, to develop new models and ideas, on our entrepreneurial mindset to be optimistic about the future, to implement these ideas, but also on our values as a community, such as being inclusive and empathetic with each other. And right now is the time to transition from a crisis mode to an entrepreneurial mindset.
So what will this new reality look like? To a huge extent, We can only guess that, but what we really need to be doing instead of guessing is looking for new ways to go through the situation in the best possible way and learn the most out of it. And this is what the Big Reset is all about. Some 20 days ago, Irina came to us with a very innocent ideas. She said, why don't we do several webinars on the new normal that awaits us somewhere in this blurry tomorrow? Then we sat down and discussed the options and realized something. So many people, organizations, and companies were organizing separate initiatives and own webinars, and there were just so many of them. On the other hand, we as Trending Topics, as a media, was started with a very simple vision, to be a community-driven platform where stories are told, knowledge is accumulated, and the voices of forward-thinking minds are heard, all at one place. Back at this first chat, however, I would say it turned out to a really ambitious project. And this is the result, what you will be witnessing in the next 72 hours. We really couldn't have even hoped to see such a well-coordinated community effort.
Indeed, it is a community effort. Learning from the evolution of more mature innovation ecosystems abroad, a strong community seems to be a critical factor. One of our secret goals as we started the Big Reset was exactly this one, to demonstrate that we can act as a community. The Big Reset wouldn't have been possible without the support of our sponsors, companies that share this community mindset like Progress, Leanplum, VMware, AtScale, Bullpros, Bika Services, and Smule. The Big Reset wouldn't have been possible either without the effort of 18 partnering organizations with which we have put together a full 4-day conference program. Neither it would have been possible without the dozens of individuals who supported us, donating, campaigning, sharing on social media. Last but not least, here I would like to thank personally to Alex, Etienne, Roberta, Robert and Martin there in Vienna, Dancho and Anthony here at Launchy, for working really hard, regardless if it was the weekend or a holiday. You rock, guys.
So here's what we will be talking about in the next 4 days. Today is the day for the bigger picture, the big opening panel discussion on the macro perspective, how to bring the innovative ecosystem to its next level. We'll have the different perspectives here, entrepreneurs, economists, community builders, and investors. Tomorrow, Tuesday the 12th, we'll continue to talk about the innovative ecosystem, but also talk about how to spark this innovation in different sectors. Keyword here, business innovation, track 2. Day 3, Wednesday, is dedicated to the new ways we will be working, remote, autonomous, and co, whatever the new remote is. And day 4 is dedicated to social innovation. Why? The societal tomorrow and how it can include more communities and people is a crucial topic in this whole conversation.
Every morning, we will kick off the day here on stage with a keynote. Also today, tomorrow, and on Wednesday, you can join us in the evenings, again on stage, to be part of the Big Reset panel discussions. In the afternoons, you can join the sessions of our partners who have prepared a number of insightful webinars, trainings, fireside chats, presentations on topics like venture capital, business innovation, entrepreneurship, social innovation, cybersecurity, always with the focus on the new normality. Not least, just like at physical live conferences, you would be able to visit exhibitors' booths only virtually. Use the breaks and go get to know them better. You will not only find some amazing companies there, but also maybe a new job or business opportunity.
So, I think that's pretty much all you need to be well equipped for the next few days. Is it time now?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, let's
start the Big Reset.